the future, it doesn't create a circle that the Hazara come together without developing dialogue among different ethnic groups. It may be Afghans, it may be Iranian, it may be Australian. So in a sense, that in the longer term, so your interpretation or understanding of integration doesn't make assimilation, but also in a way that in Australia, we kind of in some way influenced by our past, which is kind of the suffering and the loss that we have suffered in the Northern history. But does the home politics affect us in a way that divide us in Australia? That we in Australia, if we settle, we become a kind of blind prejudices, people that have perception, kind of imagine others to be a threat to us. So to simplify it is that does to become a Hazara and lead a new society that, as I said before, which is kind of cultural diversity, doesn't mean that we develop a kind of circle that we cannot kind of create dialogue among other ethnic groups. So, so just I'm asking this question from you that do Hazara have to stick to their values without critically evaluating some of the things that actually is impeding to our progress rather than helping us in the future?
I think all countries across the Western world are experiencing this at the moment, where they've become multicultural, where they're composed of many, many groups who perhaps have an overall identity as being Australian or British or American or Canadian, but at the same time are able to accommodate their history, their traditions, and a diversity within those history and traditions. So someone earlier said that Hazara were Muslim. Yes, that's true. They're Shia. But that is going to be modified, as you've seen in the Australian community, where some people are perhaps committed to their particular religion and practice it rigorously, where others are only Muslim or Shia in name. All of those divisions or variations should be accommodated within the overall identity of Hazara. And I don't think there's any disputing about who are Hazara.
Just a general comment that has been in my mind since I've heard of second speaker. I would say there's a really fine line between pride and arrogance. We really need to be careful. And in taking pride in who we are in our ethnicity, let's not isolate ourselves. Let's not drive ourselves to dead end street. And that's what's happening in Quetta. Hazaras do not have any political voice because they are not associated with any party that actually has got the power. They're really isolated. Let's be open. Let's be welcoming. The way Australia is working, there are many different ethnic groups in here, different countries here, and they're living in peace with each other. And I think we all, if we consider all the nations or ethnic groups in Afghanistan, I think we all are like parts of puzzles. We all are unique. We have like parts of jigsaw puzzles. They have their own patterns and shapes, but the puzzle is only completed, or the whole picture is only obtained when they all come together and fit together in harmony. So let's be proud of ourselves. It's not my fault if I'm born in a Hazara family or a Shia family or a Sunni family, and it's not my fault if I'm born in a Kalandar family or a Zawli family. So let's really be careful about those fine lines, and in the end, let's be proud of what we have contributed to the general humanity, rather than just being narrow-minded, having a narrow-minded mindset or attitude towards each other. Let's be proud of ourselves, our accent, and whatever we have done in the past, but also what we are now. We can take pride of, I can be proud of how many lions my grandfather killed, but how many have I killed myself? Let's also consider ourselves now, in the present moment. And if we really isolate ourselves, what's going to be the future of Afghanistan? Like, Afghanistan is not only comprised of Hazara. So let's be welcoming and inclusive of everyone here, while taking pride in who we are, while being proud of who we are.
If I can just respond to that quickly. Yes, I think being inclusive is the answer. But I think another strategy that you have to adopt is identifying those young Hazara in the community who are moving through their university education quickly, or even perhaps even having completed it, and encourage them to take on the task of recording Hazara histories, of collecting photographs, stories, of documenting fairly quickly all that needs to be documented about the Hazara before it is lost. And yes, then certainly moving on in an integrated way, but you must preserve that history.
Anybody from the ladies section? Any other questions at all? Just wanting to encourage them to take part. Please be specific and relevant.
Just a comment. It's not like what you said. I reject what you said about the Hazaras in Quetta. They were in dialogue with everyone. The situation is as such that this is a story. It's like maybe somebody made. Alam is drinking water. The water is going downstream. And the wolf is standing up there, and the wolf says to the lamb, you're making the water that I'm standing here. He says, but you're up there and I'm down here. How can I make the water that? And he says, oh, well, 2 years ago you swore to my father. He says, but I was born last year. He says, I want to eat you. Whatever I say, give me a reason. The situation for Hazaras in Kuwait is like that. Hazaras have always been trying to be on the side of the government.